Tens of thousands of homes are without power this afternoon after Storm Dara barrels across the UK. Wales, Northern Ireland and parts of the southwest have been worst hit, with uprooted trees causing havoc on the roads and the rail network. In Lancashire, a man died when a tree fell on his van, and more than 160 ferry passengers are stranded off the coast of Northern Ireland and unable to dock. The brunt of the storm has now passed, but there are still wind, rain and flood warnings across the UK. Our Wales reporter Rhys Williams has this report.
The fear was damaging, life-threatening winds along the coast, and that's exactly what came.
Oh my God!
Roofs were ripped from homes, promenades were battered and trees felled. Across Wales, the damage, it appears, was mostly to property rather than person, though sometimes, like on this quiet suburban street in Swansea, it was frighteningly close.
It could have been much worse. Could have been out looking at the storm or something. As I say, it could have come through the front window. It's a mess, and I dare say it will take weeks and months to clear up with insurance and all the rest of it, but it could have been worse. We feel relatively lucky.
The leader of the council told me 2 people have been taken to hospital after a tree fell on their car in the north of the city.
I was pleased that the red warning came out this time. Clearly the warning previously was insufficient. This time it's come out. People have heeded the warning. We were able to close a number of services and make sure that people were aware. People seem to have heeded that warning. So yeah, we feel that the warning was appropriate given the amount of damage that's been caused.
The wind battered coastal areas all over Wales. Llandudno Pier on the north coast was badly damaged. The storm brought widespread disruption. Both bridges into the south of Wales were closed.
Anybody for Cardiff, platform 5?
Trains and ferries were cancelled across Wales and the southwest of England, which was also hit.
I got on the train at 8:10 this morning, and I'm still wanting to get back to Cardiff.
All of today's football matches in Wales were cancelled yesterday, but this morning the disruption spread to England, with the Merseyside derby at Everton the highest profile postponement. The red alert was for wind, but there is also a serious amber warning for heavy rain, and there's particular concern in the South Wales valleys, which was flooded badly just a fortnight ago during Storm Bert.
The storm isn't over, so I think it's really important people recognise that. There may be more damage to come.
The red alert may be over, but strong winds continue to batter the coast of Northern Ireland and Western Britain. That didn't stop one hardy surfer on this sheltered Gower beach, but the message from the Met Office is to remain vigilant until the wind subsides tomorrow morning.
And Rhys, that rare red warning may be over, but the danger really isn't, is it?
No, that's right. The highest speed recorded last night was 93 miles per hour, but just in the last hour or two off the West Wales coast, a speed of 83 miles per hour was recorded. So the Met Office is still urging people to take great care when outside. And when you stand next to huge trees like this one, the likes of which have been falling all over the country, you can see why there's such great concern. And of course, as you said earlier, a man tragically did die due to a falling tree earlier today. The attention now, though, certainly in Wales, is turning towards rainfall. Already there are some reports of flooding in mid-Wales around Builth-Wells, and communities in the South Wales Valley so badly hit by Storm Bert are hoping against hope tonight that history doesn't repeat itself in the cruelest of ways just a fortnight later.
The capital wasn't immune to disruption caused by Storm Dara today, with the yellow warning for wind in place across the city until tomorrow morning. Rail passengers using Great Western services out of Paddington faced cancellations, while on the roads the Dartford crossing was closed. Meanwhile, temporary air traffic control restrictions were in place at the airports. A Heathrow spokeswoman said passengers should check with airlines about possible delays. And the high winds also meant Hyde Park's Winter Wonderland attraction was closed today, in line with the closure of all royal parks across the capital. Organisers say they hope to reopen tomorrow.
With winds reaching up to and above 50 miles per hour, there's been some very tricky landings at Heathrow Airport.
Even at London Heathrow, which is not in the red area at all, we've had 70 cancellations on British Airways alone today, flying in and out, and then lots of cancellations, Aer Lingus from Cork, from Shannon, from Dublin, and some European flights as well.
The strong winds meant all royal parks were closed, including Hyde Park, which hosts Winter Wonderland. Some had to stay at home to clear up their gardens. The disruption caused by Storm Dara is expected to continue until tomorrow afternoon.
Hello, good evening. A man in his 40s has died in Lancashire after a tree fell on his van during Storm Dara. More than 100,000 homes are without power, mainly in Wales and in Northern Ireland. A wind gust of 93 miles an hour was recorded this morning in Wales, and there's been travel disruption across rail networks and at airports. Some sports fixtures have been cancelled as well, including the Merseyside derby between Everton and Liverpool. Here's Charlotte Gallagher.
The aftermath of Storm Dara. Workers removed the tree that came down in high winds and hit a van near Stoke-on-Trent. The driver, a man in his 40s, died at the scene. The storm has also brought flooding to parts of Wales, including here in Builth Wells, where cars have been almost totally submerged. In coastal southwest Wales, which saw winds of up to 90 miles an hour, a roof was ripped off a home. A fallen tree crushed this parked car in central Cardiff, while another blocked a road. Volunteers took out chainsaws to clear this tree in Carmarthenshire. It's been a difficult day for those wanting to travel, like these people at Bristol Templemead Station.
Trying to get to Cardiff for my mate's stag do. 3 have been cancelled so far, and the only one that's running, I think, has only a couple of garages. So there's going to be a lot of people fighting for one train. And hopefully I'll meet the boys here and we'll be on our way, but it's not looking too likely at the moment.
Well, I haven't seen my daughter for a while, and this is the first weekend I was going to get to see her, so I was planning to go to Swindon to go and see her, spend a day with her, but obviously with the trains that we are, I don't know what to do.
Flights have also been affected. There are delays, cancellations, and some very bumpy journeys.
That's how you do it.
In Northern Ireland, a chimney has been damaged at a major power station, while this ferry is currently stranded off the coast, unable to dock in Belfast because of the weather. A bus has crashed into a building in rural County Antrim. The driver was taken to hospital but has now been discharged. And the winds brought down this paramilitary mural in Belfast. It had read, "Prepared for peace, ready for war." Met Office warnings are still in place for some areas, with wet and very windy weather forecast until tomorrow evening. Charlotte Gallagher, BBC News.
And our correspondent Hal Griffith is in Cardiff for us now. And Hal, Wales really taking the brunt of this storm.
Yeah, although Storm Dara is still passing through, we've seen so much damage and debris already. And while the weather warnings are being downgraded from red to amber and now on to yellow, there is still real concern here. The winds may have dropped, but the rain keeps on coming onto highly saturated ground. So at the moment, there are 27 flood warnings on rivers in Wales and a further 70 flood alerts on rivers, including on this one on the River Ely in the western part of Cardiff. As you saw in Charlotte's report earlier, parts of Builth Wells in mid Wales have already been flooded. People will be anxious going into this evening and tomorrow morning. We've heard from the First Minister of Wales, Eluned Morgan, that people need to remain prepared and vigilant as this storm passes through. Already we've seen so many people flooded of the previous storms. This is the 4th named storm of the season so far and having clearly a damaging impact.
OK, Hal, thank you very much.